Welcome back to the Getting Results Inc. podcast. My name is Coach Gino, and alongside is Super Coach, Coach Ken. Super Coach, how are you today?
Doing good, Gino. As always, keeping America safe for capitalism.
Yes, judging by the news in places like California, it's a good thing that you're in place here, protecting all of us.
At the tower, keeping people safe. Free markets, free people.
Nice.
Beware of the man. It's better to be the man than to work for the man.
It's amazing how you can find time to coach all these clients, keep America safe for capitalism, and do a podcast. I mean, geez, you truly are Super Coach.
I am feeling a little tired right now, but that's all right.
All right.
From our last podcast of I Don't Wanna.
Yeah, I hear that. And it's been a popular one, quite frankly. There's been a lot of people listening in on that one. So, and I also got some words from a bunch of people saying, hey, when's the next episode? And I said, it's coming. So
our fans are demanding action. Well, we were in the field.
I told them it's probably going to be every other week. Now, they were okay with it. They said, all right, I'll accept that as long as you guys do it regularly.
Is that all right with the sponsors?
Yeah, well, I'll check in with them too, but
well, keeping America safe for capitalism is better.
It's a big sponsor.
That's true.
So today's topic is an important one. We want to talk about the 5 most profitable ways to grow your business. And I think everyone on the phone wouldn't mind growing their business, or at least learning all the ways and most profitable ways to do so. So Super Coach, let's tackle them one at a time. So Super Coach, the number one way, as we see it, is retention. So tell us more about that.
Spot on. Most people don't think the best way to grow your business is actually to retain the business that you have. Is absolutely your most powerful, profitable way is to keep your current clients. Now, you have to ask yourself, what is your retention plan? Are you giving the love to your best relationships? Because by far, as you all know, a client already on the books is much more profitable than nobody on the books.
Yes.
And the longer you can keep them on the books, usually the more profitable they become. So just think about it. Are you actively trying to retain your clients? Are you actively earning their business? And one of the challenging things that we always realize with great relationships is that great relationships usually are not very squeaky. They usually don't complain a lot. And the advisor sometimes gets into this weird mindset of, well, I don't know what to talk to them about. There's no issues. There's no problems. I don't want to bother them. If they're a great client and they're giving you lots of money, they like you. Trust me, they like you, and they would like to hear from you. More than likely, they would like to hear from you more than what you're currently doing today. So just contemplate that for a little bit.
Yeah, and if you don't know what to call them about, what can add value, right? Just look for ways to add value, whatever that may be. But especially depending on the time of year it is. What's the season we're in? What kind of stuff can you drop on them that'll help make them better?
Or if you're really confused about what to call them about here, I'll give you a little hint. Call them up and you say, hi, how are you? Been thinking about you. What's going on with your life? There is lots of value with a human touch. People do business with people. Remember that. It's okay to be a people. And it's even okay to call someone without an agenda, just to touch base.
No doubt. And that's why we like to, when we work with our clients, is get that first class cabin identified and really honed in on in terms of activity and touches and things like that. Because let's face it, without the first class cabin, you lose all those people. Retention is going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah. Be mindful to retain your most profitable relationships. Also be mindful that you know who they are.
Yeah. And the other thing, when you think about a super coach, is the cost, the sweat, equity, all the work you did to get these people into your book, and then to lose them because you just didn't talk to them or give them attention, makes no sense.
No sense.
Expensive. Very expensive.
Yes. No doubt. Very expensive. Look for opportunities to give attention.
Yes.
Publix, our sponsor. Appreciate you, Publix.
Disclosure, I wish Publix was our sponsor, but they're not. But hopefully they're listening and maybe they get the idea that they want to be our sponsors.
They make good subs, pub subs.
All right, so number 1 is retention. Number 2, Super Coach, is grow your assets.
It's the most profitable way to continue to grow your business is to retain your clients. right? Because you remember all the sweat equity that you put into getting a client. Instead of going out and getting new ones, let us grow the one that you currently have, right? Like doing your job, investing them properly, investing in the market. I'm assuming that many of you are on managed money platforms. So the bigger your client grows, the more that you will also prosper along with them. So once again, this most profitable way to grow, this top 5 ways of most profitable ways to grow your business are sort of like a guide for your attention. Like, what are you paying attention to? First thing you should be paying attention to is retaining your existing relationships. Like, what is your client service model? How are you getting in front of your first class cabin? How are you spreading the love? What is your structure for spreading the love? If you don't have one, you should talk to us. Second point, okay, do your job, make sure they're invested properly, help them grow their investments so it becomes an obvious win-win for all of those involved.
Yeah. Look for those opportunities. Is the money sitting in cash that they really should be investing? All right, Super Coach. Number 3, I like number 3, right? Additional deposits or investments with you. So say more about that one.
So not only are you managing their money well, but you can also have the courage to ask, hey, where else can we invest? Or what other money do you have available? Or where else can we chase this return and get this great return that we're doing? Now, sometimes not a lot, but some of my clients will say, well, Ken, I have 100% of my clients' money. I have 100% of all of the people who are in my first class cabin. I'm the sole advisor. I manage 100% of their money. Now, if that's someone like you out there and you're going, yes, I'm a 100%er, you're 50% right. Half the time you're right, half the time you're wrong. So that means even that little old lady who you believe you have all of her assets, it's a strong probability she has assets or monies somewhere else. It's just probability speaking. So
yeah, I think, I'm sorry,
okay.
Super Coach. I think you mentioned service model earlier, and when you create a service model, you know what your segments are, and you know how many households are in those segments and how much money they're paying you, right? I think there's also an opportunity, I call them the movable middle, right? So if you're green, yellow, red, those yellows, can you get them to potentially go to green and digging in on them and seeing if they do have those additional assets? Because maybe you can move some people up the ladder in your client segments just by digging in and looking for those additional investment opportunities that they might have elsewhere. And sometimes they're left unchecked.
Spot on. Yeah, most of your clients have more money than you think or have more money elsewhere. I have an abundant mentality instead of scarcity one.
Without a doubt. And of course, life events happen where they come into money as well. Bonuses, whatever you call it.
Inheritance.
Inheritance, that's the word I was looking for. Big word. Those two big words.
Gambling.
Whatever it is.
Selling things on the black market. Bitcoin.
Stock options, whatever. So
cattle, pork bellies.
Yeah. Part-time job at Chick-fil-A.
They had laid off at Chick-fil-A, and they get a package from Chick-fil-A. I mean, collected all their coupons, and they cashed in all the coupons.
Yeah, stock options and all the chicken fingers you can eat,
and free sauce.
Yes, indeed. All right, so that's number 3. So number 4 is the one that I love a lot, because if you take care of retention, you grow their assets, and by the way, they even give you more money. What should you expect next? Well, shouldn't they introduce you or give you referrals? Because if they like you that much and trust you that much to do all that other stuff, well, we should be getting introductions and referrals, right, Super Coach?
Spot on. And then just simply make yourself an inquiry or ask yourself, are you making it easy for people to introduce you to other people? And what's your strategy or what's your structure for doing that? A lot of our clients will run golf clinics or let's have hunting trips or coffee clatches or let's do cooking things. Like how, once again, if you listen to our stuff before, the hardest part is getting access. So if you've already built a great relationship with someone, how can you leverage that relationship, but not in a bad way, but to have them introduce you to other people? Now, as one of my clients always says, you got to run in traffic to get hit by cars. If you don't run in traffic, you're not going to get hit by a car. So, and I don't mean that literally, I mean it figuratively. So how are you creating it or making it easy to have your relationships introduce you to people?
Yeah. Super Coach, just plug for a few past episodes when we talked about these things. So episode 14, In the Mix. If If you haven't listened to it, check it out. And then, of course, episode 9, tip of the spear. So being the tip of the spear, getting out there, right?
My favorite.
Really good podcast to help you with this. And of course, bring the bang around Anvil and having the right activities, consistent activity to drive these type of ways to grow your business as well, right?
Get them to listen. Bring the bang, right? The Anvil concept about repeating. So one newsflash here, and you all know this. I'm going to remind you of it. Think about all the people you meet and think about how many people actually become clients. It's a relatively small number, but that means, though, you still need to meet lots of people about being in the mix, positioning yourself correctly. Are you in the right places with the right people doing the right kind of things? And if you're in your office all of the time, you are probably not in the right place with the right people doing the right things. And not that I don't like your office. I'm sure you have a beautiful office and it's fancy and it shows all the work.
We've seen some nice ones out there, actually,
really,
right?
Really fancy office. But bad news. What is the purpose of an office? It's for the maintenance and administration of your business. Every time you're in the office, you're in a maintenance and administration conversation, not in a rain-making conversation. And for all of you out there, how many random great walk-in clients have you had? I know some of you have, of course, just like some of your clients who won the lottery after 10 years of working with a person who only had $5,000. Does it happen? Yes, it happens. But what's the probability of it happening? It's pretty low. It's possible.
It's low.
Just not probable.
Nothing to hang your hat on or put all your eggs in that basket, for sure.
Correct.
Yep.
Get out of the office, into the mix.
You hear that, people? Out of the office, into the mix. Tip of the spear.
You're not
Get in front of people. As Super Coach likes to say, accelerate trust and likability.
How does one accelerate trust and likability? Take on a lifelong study of accelerating trust and likability because it's slight edges that produce exponential rates of return. And oftentimes that slight edge has nothing to do with your business.
And it's really hard to accelerate trust and likability through an email, a text, phone, whatever it is. Face-to-face, knee-to-knee, eye-to-eye is typically the best way for you to do that.
As one of our client, a monster client, monster producer in Texas says, it's a belly-to-belly business.
Bingo.
You got to get belly-to-belly.
Yep. So if you're not getting belly-to-belly, let's change that. See? Just high-tech stuff here. We do the high-technology stuff here. Belly-to-belly.
Belly-to-belly. Can I use AI to get belly-to-belly?
Some of you might want to get out there and work your abs a little bit. So when you get belly-to-belly, it's got some firmness there. But or not, whatever works for you. All right. So that's number 4. By the way, so Super Coach, if we retain our clients, we grow their assets.
Very profitable.
Yep. We get additional deposits. We get introductions and referrals. That should lead to number 5.
The least profitable way to grow your business. But what do most people spend all of their time and attention on? Getting new clients.
Yep.
The most inefficient way of the ways we just mentioned of profitability. Because getting someone to like and trust you takes a lot of time and effort. Turning a stranger into a friend and into a client, however you want to do that one, takes a lot of time and effort. Also takes a lot of time developing marketing pieces, your positioning statements, your fancy websites, all of the social media stuff that's out there trying to fish for new clients. But ironically, that's the least profitable way to do it. And it's also the least probable way to get new relationships. The best way to get new relationships is to take care of your current relationships and create an easy path for introductions, or to mingle existing relationships with potentials. That's a whole nother podcast.
So just to be really even more overt about it, again, if you retain your clients, you keep them happy, you grow their assets, you get additional deposits from them, they will give you introductions and transfer the baton of trust over to you to help you out so that getting those new clients can become a little more accelerated, no?
That's the magic. That's the magic to work.
It's working your book, people. You got a lot of great clients and a lot of great contacts. If you haven't really worked your book, there's a lot of opportunity there.
And a simple way to work your book is just simply give it attention.
That's it.
Get in the presence of belly to belly. Okay. If you don't have time for that, then use the phone. If you don't want to use the phone, send a text. And if you don't want to text, send emails, which don't work.
Super Coach, here's a little tip too, right? By the way, is look at your current clients. Who referred clients to you in the past? Give them some attention. Who was referred to you in the past and's become a client? Give them attention, because if someone referred them, why wouldn't they want to refer someone to you as well? Like that's low-lying fruit right there. Like, is it a definite? No, but will it increase your chances? I think so.
Spot on. Well, consistent activity will drive consistent production. And consistent activity not only will drive consistent production, but consistent activity will also keep you sane and keep you off the crazy train. Because if you go on the crazy train, which many of you are apt to do, you then create a lot of collateral damage. And nothing wrong with collateral damage. You just have to clean it up. So that's why many people are very, very busy and just not very effective. So if we think about, okay, where do I have the greatest potential of return on my attention? Like if I'm going to invest time, attention, and resources, where do I have the greatest probability of return? And you look at it, is it okay, let me run a steak dinner seminar in town, and we're going to send out 1,000 invites, and you're going to spend $5,000 on that. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds sexy. That's what a lot of people will default to. Or would a greater probability of return being taking that same amount of money and investing it with time and attention in your top, say, 12 relationships? Now, the amazing thing will be it's actually the investment in your top 12, which will more than likely pay 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times more than the Chicago seminar, or excuse me, the dinner seminar. But the dinner seminar is a lot more sexy. Gives you something to do. Takes a lot of time and space. I like steak too. So just think, people. Think.
And Super Coach, I think we've have experience where we've seen that, play out with our clients, right? When they do that more higher quality activity with their best clients, typically that turns out to be much better use of their investment and putting that outlay out there for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Time. It's usually funner, and if it's funner, greater probability of repetition, and the more you repeat, the better you get, right? Every iteration you do, you're going to improve. Same thing with the steak dinners at the steakhouse. Good news, bad news, everyone. Everything works. Everything works. You just got to choose what do you want to work for you, because everything works.
Yeah. What do you want to put your attention to?
Spot on.
Awesome. So Super Coach, the 5 most profitable ways to grow your business. I hope our listeners out there appreciate this and are enjoying this and putting down some notes. Super Coach, any other thoughts around 5 most profitable ways to grow your business before, and then we'll turn over. I just want to have us talk to our audience about something upcoming in Fort Worth, Texas. So any last words about what we talked about today?
Retention is your most profitable way. That your existing relationships are much more valuable than new relationships. Just make sure you're clear in that in the hierarchy of your activity and attention.
Awesome. Thank you, Super Coach. And to all of our listeners out there who've listened, you probably heard about our program, the Slight Edge Accelerator Program, or what we like to also call it is SEA. Coach Ken has just put up our planner that goes along with that, the structure that'll set you free. And we did that in Kansas City on the 27th and 28th of May, and it was a success, Super Coach, overall, wouldn't you say?
Changed people's lives for the better. Accelerated them.
Absolutely. And to all out there, if you didn't get a chance to join us there, want to announce that on September 3rd and 24th, the C will be back and will be in Fort Worth, Texas. And it's going to be bigger and better than even the last one. And we're looking very forward to it. Super Coach, what do you think about Fort Worth, Texas?
What do I think about Fort Worth, Texas?
Yes, sir.
The cows are big there. Big steer. It's Texas. It's Texas. Full on.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I might have told you this, but the stockyards is in that Fort Worth area. And I had so many signs of stockyard over the last couple of weeks. So when we were in Kansas City, We had a Stockyard Brewery. We had the idea that we were going to go to the Fort Worth area to do a C. Then there was a golf tournament recently that was in Fort Worth, Texas. So I was watching that, and then there was another sign. Then lastly, we had my daughter's 18th birthday recently, and guess where we had our dinner at?
The Stockyard.
The Stockyard in Brighton, Massachusetts. Had some good steak. So the Stockyard is very much on the radar for us. So I think this is going to be a great event.
And we went to the Stockyard restaurant in Kansas City too, that steakhouse.
We did do that too. A lot of Stockyard. So this is going to be good, people. So look out for our emails, social media. Go to our website. Check out the Slight Edge Accelerator program if you don't know about it already. We already have people signing up for it, which is awesome. And we're excited about it. So come join us for a different type of program here in Fort Worth, Texas. Super Coach, anything else around the C?
To see, think about how much time do you often spend thinking about accelerating or amplifying your business or your life? Now, what was interesting about the C is that you're spending at least 2 days in that conversation. Like, what does it mean to amplify your business by a factor of 3, by 4? How is that possible? How can you develop your own level of fitness by a factor of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times? Or maybe we even rolled out a concept called the game changer. You see, what you give your attention to, you get more of. But I just also want you to notice on how often your attention is pulled by others, or that you're distracted, or that you're watching the riots going on in LA. All very entertaining, but how are they going to advance you, your design, your business? They're not. The world is built to distract you. The C was built to accelerate you. So if you want to be part of a group that will accelerate you instead of the world trying to distract you, you have to make a commitment. You have to do something uncomfortable. If you're from out of state, you have to travel. Is that convenient? No. Is making a lot of money convenient? Is it easy? If you make a lot of money, you know something is not easy. So you can set probabilities in your favor, and the C is built to accelerate you. So please join us. Take the time. I promise it'll change your life and your business for the better forever.
Good stuff, Super Coach. To our listeners, if you enjoyed today's podcast and you got value from it, please share it, forward to other people. Where it can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and of course on our website, gettingresultsinc.com. Until our next episode, be great.